Welcome to the Level Up Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, John Knott, and we have a crazy startup to the NFL season starting this weekend. And we're going to get into that. And that's pretty much going to be the main part of the show. And so we'll have fun with that. We'll end the show with some game picks. So just to get us started, first question. What were you guys' thoughts on opening night with the Ravens versus the Chiefs? We'll go with James first. Wes, you'll go next, and then myself.
Ravens versus Chiefs. That was an exciting game. Hey, last play of the game. I mean, come on, that was a great game. Likely he had a great catch. Losing the game like that with your toe on the line and it
Yeah.
knocked out. That's just a tough loss. But man, that was an exciting game. I'm kind of looking at Baltimore's running game. I expected that Henry was going to do a lot better, but yet he did get in the end zone. Kind of made him look like he had an all right game. But Kansas City did have him in check. Although I expected more of a running game from him with, Lamar able to run the ball as well, having him able to scramble, throw the
Mhm.
defense off, but I don't think Lamar really had a great game, and that's probably why they lost the game. He had a great game on the ground, running the ball. Of course, he went over 100 yards, but he missed some throws. Those couple key throws he missed in the end zone. He missed Flowers on the cross route in the end zone. He threw behind him. He also missed Likely also in the corner of the end zone. So there's a couple big misses that he made. But typically that's the difference between Lamar Odom winning I said Lamar Odom, Lamar Jackson winning, being able to win a Super Bowl. It's gonna be hard to win a Super Bowl if he's not always accurate. You can't miss those plays. Those are plays that you might have those opportunities down the line too. And if you can't make some of those big plays, you end up falling short. And that's what happened in this game here.
All right. What you got on that game?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with him. I mean, it probably wasn't the best. I mean, it was a really good first game. We got to see Kansas City and the Ravens, and I mean, what's not to you know uh, not like there. That was a good game, but I think, like you said, he missed some throws. I mean, that's it's the first game. It's going to be a little shaky. I thought with Derrick Henry being the addition,
Mhm.
there'd be a little more focus there, but I didn't see it. I think Monken moving forward, I think we're going to see a lot more of Derrick Henry, a lot more of a 1-2 punch, and then maybe have Lamar play off that play action. Uh, I was not. I don't know. I wasn't too thrilled with the game plan.
Okay.
At the end of it, I mean, it was, yeah, it was close. If it had been Deion Sanders catching the ball, he would have been in. But unfortunately, that had a toe out. So uh, it's just unfortunate. But Chiefs do what the Chiefs do. You know, they got the W.
Man, that's funny, man. Deion Sanders. A lot of people, if they don't know, yeah, he does have. He didn't have that. He would actually been in
He's
bounds.
missing that big toe. Yeah.
Yeah. So my thoughts were for the game, and I'm looking at the stats now, and I'll just give you one thing I will say. In defense of Lamar Jackson. Okay, he was 26 of 41, 273 yards. He had one touchdown. He did have one sack. But the one thing that people are maybe losing out on, the man carried the ball for 16 carries, 122 yards, and he
Mhm.
averaged 7.6 yards a pop. I
Mhm.
think he pretty much did everything he could do from a standpoint of quarterbacking. Now, I will say there are certain things, like James said, couple throws here and there he wished he could have had back, but his
Mhm.
play, I have no squabs about that. He had him at the end of the game. It was just foot was out of bounds. Nothing he could do about that, and it would have tied up. I feel like it would have went into overtime. I really did feel like it was about to go into overtime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of shocked that Derrick Henry didn't have as many yards, but it
Mhm.
is the Kansas City Chiefs. Um, a lot of
Yeah, they
people
got
are
good
sleeping on the
defense.
Kansas City Chiefs in regards to their defense. I think they're pretty sound in front seven. They're not going to be this ferocious, just stop every play type defense, but I think they're good on that part. On the
Mhm.
flip side, with Patrick Mahomes, he was 28, 291 yards, one touchdown, one interception. He had 2 sacks. Pacheco, being Pacheco, he had 45 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Um, the one thing that stood out to me, and you probably already know where I'm going, Rashee Rice had
Worthy.
103 yards with 7 receptions. Xavier Worthy had 2 catches for 47 yards with 1 touchdown, but he also had that 1 run play. It's
Mhm.
like they're gonna probably pick and choose when they wanna. It's almost like playing a video game, and I wanna hit the hit stick now with that guy. It's like
Mhm.
he's got a boost that I was blown away just how fast. NFL, when you first play your first game, normally it's the way where most players they say, "Oh man, I noticed that the game was fast. It was real fast. Players were fast." Not him. It was totally different. He was running by guys, and they were just like, "Whoa, did you see that?" Even Tyreek Hill had to chime in on it. So I thought that was kind of cool. But it was a great game, great opening night, and I'm pretty sure Ravens are going to bounce right back. I would be shocked if they go 0-2. Well, not necessarily shocked, but I would be kind of surprised if they go 0-2.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs, being the Kansas City Chiefs, I still got them as my pick. I said before the year, I got them again going three-peating. I'm sticking to it until proven guilty on that.
Yeah,
And also, I'll
yeah,
say, Likely had an amazing game.
Oh yeah, we didn't even
Very
mention
good
him. Yeah,
game.
likely they did have an
Yeah.
awesome game.
Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
likely they ended up with that's another thing that's not noticed or we never talked about or I've heard anybody say that what happened with Mark Andrews? Was he hurt? Was he still injured? They're trying to just wait it out.
They're
But he
just
did, yeah,
easing them
likely had
back.
9
Yeah.
catches, 111 yards, averaged 12.3, and got 1 touchdown.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't think that's it. Having 2 guys like that, they're gonna use them interchangeably. They're probably gonna also do, a dual tight end, in the game. And people already know Mark Andrews, how he played last year, so he's gonna
Mhm.
have good coverage on him. But that's what's gonna open up the game. It's gonna be either one of them, getting those yards because you can now hey, we gotta guard Likely hard too. Maybe double team him too. Now that opens up the other side. So I think it's going to be kind of like a back and forth. Both tight
Yeah.
ends have a solid season, as a compliment to one another. So,
Yeah.
but
I agree.
also too on another note, you mentioned too about Lamar. He had a great game, but that's the thing. You could talk about how he had a great game. Won 2 MVPs. To me, I'm like, well, how he's winning MVPs because he's using his legs. That's not what quarterbacking is about. It's about separating yourself as a quarterback who could be a pocket passer also, so you can set yourself apart. Using your legs is just that attribute. If you can do that, be a quarterback, pocket passer, and then have your legs, that's gonna make you a different type of beast. You know what I'm saying? But some of these
Yeah.
quarterbacks are not able to, really make those play in the pocket, and that's why he's not winning a Super Bowl. And
Yeah.
to learn how to work in that pocket. Your legs is always going to be your legs, but work on that. You got to work on that.
Yeah. It's,
What are you about to say, Wes?
it's stepping up when the pressure's on and making that play, making that pass and having it accurate. And, I mean, it should have never made it to the point to where it was down to the last play of the game. I mean, he had several chances there towards the end, but it's just in pressure moments. That's where Lamar needs to shine. That's where he needs to do better. It's at the end of the game, hitting the open receiver for sure.
Yeah.
But he had a
Yeah.
great game. I mean, he had a great game, but it definitely could have been a lot better with a better outcome to it.
One thing I will note, not in defense, just totally defending Lamar, but one thing I will note as far as what he has around him.
Mm-hmm. He has talent.
It's not even really in comparison to what Patrick Mahomes has on his squad. I don't think it's even close. You could probably can come up with names for the Kansas City Chiefs or what receivers they have to catch the ball. I can't really say it's even equal with what Lamar has. It's not even close.
But you can't even say that. You can't say that because you think about Rice. They had no receivers to throw to. So somebody got to step up, and he ended up seeing, he able to throw the ball to Rice. And then we're like, oh, yeah, we could, pick Rice as one of those top guys he's going to throw the ball to. Travis Kelce, you can see that he's not the same tight end he used to be. If you look a couple years back, you're like, yeah, Kelsey. Now you look, you're like, okay, he's a guy who still could extend and still make plays, and yeah, you could get him the ball. But
Kelsey, yeah, he'd be arguably the second or third. I mean, with that Kansas City offense now, which is hard to say, but you're right. You're absolutely right. But
Yeah,
he's like the second or third option these days. It looks like after that game.
right. Yeah, I'm just looking at the numbers of who caught what. And I mean, I'm just looking, it's not even.
Yeah. It's the first week.
It is first week. I'm just I knew this going in, like even in the off season. And I asked myself, did they get enough around him that it's gonna help him to get over the hump? Now I look at Rashee Rice. I thought Rashee Rice is probably one of the top. This is me personally. I think Rashee Rice is one of the top premier receivers. He's coming along. Like we could kind of see it last year. You add Patrick Mahomes with Xavier Worthy, pretty much the fastest guy in the combine period. Coming up. You have a running back that catches the ball out the backfield just as good as he runs. Yeah. You have Justin Watson who can catch alongside Noah Gray and Travis Kelce. And they added back Juju Smith-Schuster, which didn't even have a catch.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
McCole Hardman is also on that side, but they didn't even really use him as of yet. I'm just saying that in one game, Isaiah Likely was your number one go-to, which was the tight end, which we know that's normally how it goes when it normally goes to Mark Andrews. I'm just saying, in order for, I think, Lamar to get that Super Bowl ring, it's going to have to change from the tight ends getting the ball all the time to a couple of receivers getting the ball. But they got to also work with him to separate themselves, just like what Patrick Mahomes' team is doing. That's all.
And that's what I was about to tell you. Like, if you look at a lot of teams who really don't have a great quarterback, the go-to is the tight end because those are the quick, easy pass you can make because they're not balls. And I'm telling you, so Lamar, if they got tight ends, they're going to use them. And I'm not taking nothing from Lamar because if you look at any player, you're going to put these players and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to pick this guy for his fantasy football player because I know he's going to get me, 10 points just with his legs, a touchdown and yards rushing, so and then another 7-8 points from passing. As a quarterback, you're not going to win in a league like that. Fantasy point wise, I'll pick you up. But realistically, I know when it comes to passing, it's not going to translate to a passing game that's going to win championships.
Yeah, gotcha. Well, I'm pretty sure those two teams we're probably going to see down the road once again. I would not doubt it.
For sure. I wonder how many plays were two tight end sets through the Ravens. How often they had Andrews and Likely on the field.
Yeah, I'm not. It'd be something to see if they ever wanted to try to use that. Be hard to kind of cover both of them at the same time.
Right. Back in the day, when they had Gronk and they had Hernandez.
Right.
All the Patriots they were utilizing. Sometimes they had three tight ends.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe somebody will come up with that idea, Wes, and over there at the Ravens and actually use that. It could be for the advantage. I haven't seen it yet, but it would be nice to see for them.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2 for the night. How impressed were you with the Philadelphia Eagles offense with Kellen Moore as the new offensive coordinator? And we'll start off with we'll go me first, and then Wes, and then James on this one. I was pretty impressed. I like the fact that he was able to get Saquon Barkley. He got pretty much everybody involved. He got Goddard involved, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and I was surprised at how he utilized Saquon. It's almost like we got a chance to see how Saquon should have been used with New York Giants. Being able to run the ball here, there, catch the ball at the backfield. It's almost like on certain plays, you could almost use him as a decoy to act like you're going to go that way, but then at the end, you're going the totally opposite way. So I like the way they utilize him in the game. And this was just the first game. I thought we played well. The Packers, my team played well. However, we did fall short. We did make some mistakes. Jordan Love with the one interception that he did throw before he got injured. But I did like the way Kellen Moore did utilize the offense compared to, at first, they start and both teams they started off slow, and then you can see in the second quarter they start to open it up a lot more. And in the third quarter, it was like full blown going into the game plan. And I liked how they did that. So I had no problems with Kellen Moore in the offense and how he used the players.
Mhm.
I think it's only going to get better as the year goes on. He'll probably add some more wrinkles to the offense, sprinkle this there, something that teams are not ready for. Because right now, the game film is the game film. What they see, they're going to get until he adds something, another element that teams are just not ready for. But I thought it was great. What do you say about it, Wes?
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, it was fantastic. It was very well, I would say, balanced and efficient. Very
Hmm.
efficient. I mean, they look good. They're firing on all cylinders. Look, they're a stacked offensive team as well. And I think one reason that you know we didn't see exactly what Saquon could do is because he had a terrible, a horrendous offensive line, which I think we saw that today with the Giants play. It's just, I mean, every snap Jones was running for his life, and that offensive line couldn't get a push
Right.
for six. I mean, it's rough, but yeah, uh, the Eagles are going to be right there. They have they did a fantastic job. They came up with a game plan and they executed it on a neutral field. And I think that it's scary the fact that they're still trying to iron out a few things, but throughout the year they're going to be. I mean, look, they're going to put up some big numbers. They're going to have some big plays, but anyone could do it at any point of time, whether that's Brown, Saquon, or even Dotson. Now, I mean, it could be
Yeah.
anybody. They're just so well balanced. I loved what I liked more when he was at the Cowboys. So I don't know. I think it was a good pickup for them for sure, and they're just going to get better.
All right. What do you say about it, James?
Yeah, I said the offense is looking good, and I would probably rate them probably maybe say a B plus. I would rate the offense. I think they had a little bit of rust, but once again, it's the first game, first week of the NFL season. So I kind of noticed the couple fumbles even
Hmm.
from the center, with that snap. Of course, just I think it'll improve. I think they'll improve. They'll work on that, but just a little shaky. And they do have a lot of weapons, and I don't want to get too deep in it, as we, talk about Barkley, which I think we'll talk a lot more about him. But yeah, they got a lot of offensive weapons and they use them well.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk about Barkley a little bit later on in the show as well. But yeah, they definitely used everybody well. Everybody got the ball. It was going to be interesting for me to see how they were going to balance the ball too once they kind of put Saquon Barkley in there. But I think the balance was well balanced between the run and the pass.
Nice. Yeah, I totally agree. And like I said, going forward, it's being consistent. So now we're just waiting to see if they're going to be consistent week in and week out as they continue going on. Now, question number 3. So we're going to roll right into the same game, but the question is, and it was tough to watch the end of the last play of the game. I'm like, you're getting out of, you're hoping the best. I'm a Packer fan, so I'm hoping the best for him. But seeing him go down, I was just like, oh man, don't tell me that our season's already over because of this injury. And so thank God that it wasn't major from my reading and my understanding. It's an MCL sprain. He's going to miss multiple weeks. And that goes to our third question. Who do you feel the Green Bay Packers should pick up while Jordan Love is out? And we'll start off with Wes first, then we'll go with James, and then I'll be last.
Well, I think maybe they go after and they bring in some. I'm sure they're going to bring in some veteran quarterbacks that are free agents, work them out in the week. And I think it's going to be a veteran. I don't know if it's going to be a Trevor Siemian or whom it might be, but who knows? They could reach out and possibly check the status of Tannehill. That'd be interesting. They both kind of worked together before LaFleur and Tannehill before, so maybe that's something. Now I don't know how much they're willing to pay, or to rent said quarterback for, but who knows? I mean, there's some options out there, but I do think it's definitely going to be a veteran. Who knows? Maybe Desmond Ritter's out there, John. Well, maybe they can go after, talk him into, throwing on the old Chief head.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I just don't know whom I'd rather see Love behind center. No one wants to see, someone else other than, Love back there. But I mean, you're a true Packers fan. I mean, you tell me who do you want back there?
I'm gonna come up with mine, but my take is gonna be last though. So we're gonna see what James got first.
Hey, so if you kind of look at it, you see that the Packers are not really looking to add nobody, And if you ask me, I don't really see nobody that's really to add. I'm looking to see who's on the market, and I don't really see no quarterback that's really on the market really to say, okay, yeah, come and save our season. He's out 3 to 6 weeks apparently with this ACL injury. But right now, it looks like they're preparing Malik Willis to take, the helm. And I don't know. I don't think he's gonna really do well. Honestly, I don't think he's gonna do well. But we'll give him a chance. He hasn't, he started a few games. Last season? I think he with the last. How many years he been in the league? I don't know if he's been
this
one.
This is like his second year, but I'm checking that stat for you.
Yeah, second year. So he did start a few games. Especially he played against the Titans, I believe, last year too, where he started.
Yes.
I mean, he didn't do great. But yeah, this is second year, so it's almost like a growing pain. You're in the league, and then you're learning, you're watching. So maybe he'll actually be better. He had 2 snaps in the last, towards the end of the game with 28 seconds left. I don't know if you see the headline saying, "Oh, he didn't lead them to a comeback." Well, you gonna lead something. Jordan Love wasn't gonna lead them to a comeback with 28 seconds left, where he just got to heat the ball with no timeouts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna do nothing with that time. But a fresh game. Hopefully he does better. But we'll see. Hopefully, what coaches do. They typically will try to form the offense around what they know the capability of the quarterback is. And they do have some decent weapons, some good weapons. So we'll see. But they're not looking for anybody. I don't really see nobody out there really to say, hey, let's bring this guy in. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what you think as a Packers fan. But yeah, I don't think Willis is the answer, but that's who they're gearing towards.
I had one person in mind other than so we got Malik Willis. We also have Sean Clifford. Clearly, though, we could see when they had him as the backup, Malik, he's the clear cut number 2 quarterback for us. Obviously, he won or beat out Sean Clifford in the preseason, training camp, all that kind of stuff. So he's a clear number 2. What I would say, though, just in case, because now you have it where you got those 2. If something goes wrong, you're probably going to have another person. So in my thought, I saw before the year started, before the season started, that Matt White was down there in, I think, Miami, and they released him. He would be a person I liked how he played when he did play. He has pretty good decision making. I like his style, and we're not asking him to come in to do anything spectacular, go ball out, go get 400, 500 yards. We want you to come in, get the ball to the receivers. That's simple. And if it's not there, throw it away. Point the ball, put us in good field position, let our defense, because I actually liked how our defense played throughout the game. I think Xavier McKinney was at free safety was a great pickup from the New York Giants. He came out and in his first game got an interception immediately. And we also had another turnover as well in that game. where Jalen Hurts did throw us the ball like with a pick. So I think that's who I would go with. I would have Malik Willis there. You got Sean Cliff in your back pocket, but I would also look at bringing somebody like Sean White or Matt White. I'm sorry. That's my take on it. We'll see what they do. We're playing next week, if I'm not mistaken. We will be playing a team that's I'm not sure. I don't think they won. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll be playing the Colts next week. So we'll be playing at our place. So we do have the crowd to back us up a little bit. That may help out, but we'll see how that goes. All right. Going to question number 4. And this is a question for you guys today's opening weekend. What impressed you the most so far on opening weekend of the NFL? Whatever it was, what just stood out to you? What kind of got you going? James, we'll start back up with you first.
Hey, here we go. That's what I want to talk about, Saquon Barkley. That's what impressed me most about this opening, because if you look at Barkley, I know y'all talking about, oh man, he didn't look that good on the Giants or whatever, and he looks so much better now. No, he actually was really good in the Giants. That's why he ranked as one of the top backs in the league. That's why on your fantasy rosters, y'all see him all the way at the top, and everybody picking him because his numbers was high. The problem was, the thing is right now with Philly is that it was low volume. They didn't even need to have a lot of volume. They used them smartly. They put them in position to succeed when they got them the ball in the passing game, even in the running game. There was not a lot of volume if you look at it. 3 touchdowns, of course, make ridiculous, as an opener. You have 3 touchdowns. Yeah. They fed up the ball. They wanted to get him the ball early. And, the head coach, I think that one of his things he wanted to do was make sure he gets, Saquon Barkley the ball. So they really wanted to make sure he gets comfortable in that offense. And there wasn't a lot of volume. So look at they were able to use every single offensive weapon they had, including, I'm thinking, wow, is A.J. Brown going to get the ball? This guy got 3 touchdowns. Boom. Right to A.J. Brown, cross route, cuts over, runs for however 70-yard touchdown pass, whatever it was, a 60-some or 70-yard touchdown pass, and boom, he's on the board. He's eating, and he's happy. He's excited for his teammate. Smith had 5-6 receptions for 60 yards or something like that. When you look, everybody's eating. Goddard, I think he only had 3 receptions or something like that, 3 or 4 receptions for 30-some or 40 yards. So, he got to eat too. So everybody's eating. They look good. The volume usage was low for him, which is a good thing moving forward, because if you're making a run for the playoffs in the Super Bowl, you want to have a back who's not, having too much of a workload on him. So it's a well-balanced team. They still got that push going. And you look, they use it a couple of times. They try to use it in the end zone, and you saw that, fumble snap that kind of threw it off, but they were able to hold on and win the game. But yeah, that was most impressive to me, to see Barkley shine in that offense, and the volume usage was not that high as well.
All right. What you got, Wes?
Well, I would just like to say that I don't think Barkley's terrible. I think he's really good. I think he was really good last year. And if he had a good offensive line, he would have been even better.
Here we go.
That's what he did. But I mean, I think what I enjoyed, I wanted to see the defense side and how, and I will say that I was more surprised at how anemic a lot of these offensives that we were high on were just kind of slow going, like the Dolphins today, and Burrow. And I mean, oh my God, speaking of Burrow, man, that was rough. I thought I did good picking them in the 7th round, but now I'm thinking, man, but I just don't know, man. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do in Cincinnati to compete, but I was excited to see, the defense out there. I loved seeing what they did with Worthy and having Worthy in the game plan with the jet sweep. And I mean, good Lord, I mean, the cameraman couldn't even keep up. So, I'm just excited in general that it's here, and that I get to watch it. But I don't think any one thing really just jumped off the screen so far. I I think Kansas City and the Ravens game was really good, really fun to watch, and I liked watching the Eagles and the Packers, and I enjoyed hearing my Dirty Birds, even though they lost today on the radio because for some odd reason they were blacked out. I'm excited. I'd like to see how Daniels operates tonight. That's what I want to see because after seeing some highlights of Caleb Williams, um, you
You're
know,
talking about Jaden Daniels?
Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels, yep, Jaden
Yeah,
Daniels.
so
I'd
he
like
actually the
to.
game is actually over.
Oh, is it?
They won. I mean, actually, I'm sorry. Tampa Bay won. It was 37-20. He
Okay.
did fare with 17 of 24, 184 yards passing. He also had 88 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns as well, rushing.
Nice. Well, good deal. Well, I won't have to watch. I recorded it, so I won't have to watch. But yeah. So that's good. I don't know. How did Williams? I mean, I heard and saw a couple of plays, but they just couldn't get anything going, right?
Williams,
Yeah, Caleb Williams had a different type of ball game.
for
His stats were 14 of 29 for 93 yards.
53, yeah.
He didn't have any throwing touchdowns. He didn't get the ball 100 yards passing. He did
Oh, wow.
rush for 5 carries for 15 yards, which averages 3. So it wasn't really anything spectacular from their offense at all. It was truly their defense that stood out today.
Yeah. Including that terrible pass from Levi, when he's about to get sacked and put it right into the hands of the defender to score a touchdown. You can't make plays like that. That guy, he looked so promising when he first started that first game last season. He might be a quarterback of a future, and then here you go, making decisions.
Feast or famine. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just try to do too much with it. And Josh Allen is somewhat in his early time was the same way, where it was like triple coverage, quadruple coverage. I'm gonna get it in there. I got the arm for it, but I mean, you got to know. As my man Kenny Rogers used to say, you got to know when to hold him. So yeah,
So man,
it's rough.
what I saw today, in the last couple of days, I think the one thing I'm almost like you, Wes. I was kind of surprised at how the defensives today. If you had a good defensive team, they had the better half today. It's like the defense was just ready for offense for whatever reason. Other than that one game, I mean, with the Saints scoring 47 points and Panthers getting 10, I really wasn't blown away by anything as far as like, something just outrageous. Other than just that game alone, like you said, Wes, I was kind of shocked at the score of the Dolphins Jaguars, 20-17. Either I'm watching one or two things. Either Jaguars has really gotten better on their defense, or I'm just kind of blown away by how the Dolphins normally only put up 20 points. Dolphins, they played at home. At home, they're normally throwing up 30 something, maybe 40 something points.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was kind of shocking. And
There's
I
a
guess
dark cloud
last
over,
thing
I
I would
guess,
say about that was
Tyreek.
yeah, you said Tyreek. Go ahead.
Tyreek being detained kind of put a dark cloud over it, I guess. But I'm not sure. Yeah, that's wild. I don't know if anything's going to happen with that, but
yeah, I didn't even know anything. I was at it was kind of funny. I was actually at church, and then I got out, and then they said something about it in the broadcast, and that was the only time I even heard anything about it. But hey, I guess that's a year of detainments. I know that even happened with somewhere with a golfer earlier in the summer. Yeah,
yeah. So who's going to be quarterbacking for the Panthers next week?
Oh, it's going to definitely be Bryce Young. There's no question, but I don't know how they're going to fare. That's another question. All right, so we'll get to so the last thing we'll do for the day, we'll go to game picks, and so we'll get you guys picks for each of the games that we got listed that are kind of like key matchups. And so I'll call out the game, and then I'll call your name out, and then you tell me who you got. We'll make this thing fun. Bills versus Dolphins. That's coming up this coming up week. Who do you have, James?
I'm gonna take the Dolphins. Hey, you know what? The thing is, it's a tough one because, man, Josh Allen, he just makes the game seem so easy, man. That guy is he's a bull, man. And to see him perform like that after losing your key receivers and and you still perform, He started slow and he finished strong,
Yeah, he did.
But at the same time, it's on the second week, and I want to see them playing a offense like Miami, who's able to keep up with points as well. And we'll see, whose defense fares a little bit better and kind of slowing the other down. So I think I still need to see him a little bit more time working with the receivers he had. Kincaid, I don't think he even got any catches for some reason, but he kind of spread the ball out to everybody else, and they were able to get I think Cook was heavily involved in the catching game and the running game as well, which I expected that he was gonna pick up some of that volume as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Miami. It's not by a long shot, but I think it's gonna be a good game. But I just look to see that Miami's gonna just pull it out. Yeah, that's
All
my.
right. Wes, who do you have in that game? Bills at the Dolphins.
I got Miami.
All right. All right. So we got 2 Dolphins. Give me the Bills. Just to go the opposite way. All right. Next game, Saints at the Cowboys. Wes, who do you have? And then we'll go back the other way.
Give me them boys. I'm gonna go Cowboys. Even though, hey, Cowboys are a lot different than the Panthers.
Okay, yeah, they definitely are. James, who you having that?
I'm gonna take them Cowgirls, man.
Exactly, Cowgirl.
I think that we know New Orleans, they're a good team, and I think we undercredit them. Their offense looked good, and their defense actually was one of the top defense in the league last
Oh
year.
yeah,
I think
definitely.
noticed that, but I think Dallas is gonna pull it off because they got the weapons. The defense is looking good, as you can see. Of course, they playing Cleveland, who's really sad and quarterbacking right now. Deshaun Watson just don't look the same. Maybe it's that shoulder injury. And maybe he's not the same player no more. But I'll go with Dallas nonetheless.
So we all got the Cowboys on that one. Let's keep moving along. I don't think any of us going to pick Saints in that game. All right, this will be a good one, which we'll get a chance to watch a little bit of this team on tomorrow night. What about the 49ers at the Vikings? I'll start that one off. I'm going to say 49ers. Go ahead and put them down, even though I did like how the Vikings did play today. James, who you got on that one?
49ers.
Wes?
Oh yeah, 49ers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Rams at the Cardinals. Wes, who do you have in that?
Going Rams.
Rams. James?
Ooh, man, it's a tough one right there. Cardinals, they actually played well, even though ended up losing the game. I'll go Rams. Let's go Rams.
All right. Once again, we all have the Rams on that one. Bengals at the Chiefs. Yeah, I can tell you right now, give me Chiefs.
Oh yeah, give me Chiefs, man. Bengals look terrible. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they look better with T. Higgins coming off being doubtful.
What do you got, Wes?
No, man. Chiefs.
I thought for a second you might say Joe Burrow in the squad.
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. I don't know at this point if I'll let Joe Burrow park my car.
All right, we got 2 more. Chicago Bears with that ferocious defense at the Texans. James.
Texans, man. They ain't finna play like that. Caleb Williams, if you don't find it, they ain't finna play. He ain't finna win against them Houston boys.
I got Texans as well. Wes, who you have?
Yeah, Texans.
All right. And last but not least, 2 of the teams we actually spoke about. One was in a good way. The other one was kind of, and that's the Falcons at the Eagles. Wes, who you have in that game? I had to pick on you first because you're a Falcons fan.
Yeah, I'm a Dirty Bird fan, but I'll tell you what, man, those Eagles are they're not going to lose against the Falcons.
All right, so you got Eagles. James, Eagles.
Man, I'm going Eagles. I'm shocked how Falcons perform. I expected more, so I'll definitely go Eagles after that performance.
I got the Eagles as well. All right. Somewhere down the line, since we got all these teams picked to win, somebody's gonna probably lose, right? But we shall see next week. So with that, it be it for the show for today. We thank you guys for chiming in. If you like us, please subscribe to us. And until the next time, you guys have a blessed day.
All right.
Appreciate it, fellas. Have a good one.
All right.